I get here? Huh?
Yeah, don't be afraid to jump in. I'm gonna need your help.
No, I'm in too many of these fucking.
Well, you're gonna have to be in mine too. Podcast discrimination. Okay. You gotta help me. What if I get stuck?
No, I'll help you put out what I said.
No, it has to be organic. All right, be quiet. I'm sorry. Hello, what's good, everybody? As you may have just seen or heard from that beautiful intro provided to you by Jay. Thank you. I am here to do a new podcast at Dive Studios. Thank you, Dive Studios. Thank you, Diane. Thank you, Eric Nam. Thank you, everybody, for your support. I finally made it. So we're up in here. And I just want to explain this to you guys real quick. What we're doing in this podcast is absolutely essential to the furtherment. What am I saying? It's a good theme, okay? I have a lot of questions. I'm a curious kid. I say that a lot in my interviews, but we're all curious people. We want to know more. Knowledge is power. And to be powerful, you need to have knowledge, okay? So the theme is, how did I get here? And it's where we live our best lives on the internet and come out the other side knowing more, but not knowing more at the same time. I really need a soundboard. I'm going to get one. And also a side note for those of you who don't know me, my name is Jay. I am currently the electric guitarist and a vocal in a band called Day6 under JYP Entertainment. Sweet Chaos, our last album. Check it out. Don't forget to subscribe to the podcast, and also please, please, please do remember to leave a review. Those matter to us. They matter to me. I check all of them. Check out vids on our YouTube, which is youtube.com/Dive Studios, and also make sure to subscribe for beautiful content by all the beautiful podcasts out here. We're going to get this section started off today. Basically, what we do on the show, like I introduced before, is that we start with one question, which is going to lead us down this straight rabbit hole, like the one that, like at 3 a.m. in the morning, you're on your phone, you're about to sleep. And then you go to a really weird place on YouTube. So that's what we're doing in real time. And we're going to start this internet search. The first question for today is actually super interesting. I actually discovered this like last year. I might be a little bit late to the game because I saw it as a meme first on like I think it was Twitter or Instagram, I'm not sure. And I was just like, what? Anyway, and today's question is, what is the Mandela Effect? Bum, bum, bum. Alrighty, first and foremost, the Mandela Effect is really interesting because it's been around in culture for a while. And I feel like I was a little bit late to the game like 2 years ago when we were talking about it. So what I remember from the meme was people remember things in the past a certain way, right? For example, let's say it's currently the year 2030 and we are talking about the past iPhone 11, right? I may remember it to have 3 cameras, but the internet and pictures from the past is telling me that actually had 2 cameras. So I think it's kind of like a Matrix Inception kind of thing, right? Where it's like you remember things and everyone around you remembers it the same exact way. But for some odd reason, when you go back and look at pictures or like evidence about it, it's a different way. This is really weird. I feel like I'm talking to myself. All right, bet.
That's a podcast.
Right? Okay. Anyway, so that's what it is. And we're going to jump into the actual definition via Google. The Mandela Effect refers to a situation in which a large mass of people believes that an event occurred when it did not. Looking at the origin of the Mandela Effect, some famous examples, as well as some potential explanations for this strange confluence. What does that even mean? It's confluence. Stop laughing. What's confluence? Confluence of perceptions can help to shed light on this unique phenomenon. Let me read this again. Looking at the origin of the Mandela Effect, some famous examples as well as some potential explanations for this strange confluence of perceptions can help to shed light on this unique phenomenon. Okay, so you guys know what that means. It refers to a situation in which a large mass of people believe that an event occurred when it did not. Exactly like I was saying before. We're in 2030, we're looking back at 2020, and where everyone feels like the iPhone 11 had 3 cameras. But then when we look back on pictures or proof, they had 2, right? So it's like the weirdest thing. And like when people talk about it, everyone was like, nah, that can't be real. That can't be real. You know, it's got to be a misunderstanding. But then you look back at all these events Like I remember the one that I saw was the Berenstain Bears. And right? Everyone remembers it. Well, I don't know about everyone listening to the podcast, but everyone definitely from my generation remembers it as the Berenstain Bears. For those who don't know what the Berenstain Bears is, I'm gonna Google it real quick. It was like a little book series in the libraries or like the classrooms in elementary school. They were like little cartoons, right? And they were like this group, like this family of bears that just lived their everyday lives, and they were like in a comic book, right? And they were super famous. They were all across the United States, I feel like, in every classroom. Everyone in my generation has definitely seen it. But the weird thing is, everybody remembers it as the Berenstain Bears, right? But bam, it is actually the Berenstain Bears. That's the weirdest thing. That's so weird. Like, for those of you who don't know what the Berenstain Bears is, you may not be getting the affection. We're going to get there with you. But for everyone that does know what the Berenstain Bears is, this is really weird. And I'm sure there are people who haven't heard of the Mandela Effect, because obviously I couldn't have been the only one. So we're going to go and look at some examples of the Mandela Effect and then hopefully educate some of the people who aren't feeling it with the Berenstain Bears right now, right? Okay, number one, the Monopoly Man's Monocle. This is trippy too, because everyone who had Monopoly, everyone knows what Monopoly is, right? Either you've been gifted it, you played with it in your classroom, you play with your friends. It was just a kickback, chill, house party, sleepover kind of game, right? Everyone's played it. Think back. Just go into your head real quick. Think all the way back. What did Mr. Monopoly look like? What was he wearing? He was wearing a suit. He had his long, exactly, he had his long hat thing.
Top hat.
I feel so stupid here. I don't feel appreciated. Nah, but okay, top hat. Is that really what it is? Okay. Think back on what he was wearing. He had his top hat. He had his little nice suit or like tux. He had his bow tie. You know, sometimes he had a money bag, but what was on his face? Do you or do you not remember the monocle? Do you remember it? The monocle was there. It was freaking there. But according to what do you call this? Photographical evidence, looking back on the Monopoly Man's monocle, it never existed. Brah! Mandela Effect. Okay, that's the first one. And they were saying for decades, Rich Uncle Pennybags. He had a name? Such as that was Mr. Monopoly. Okay, Rich Uncle Pennybags has been the de facto mascot for Monopoly, the Parker Brothers, a game that somehow made real estate exciting. True. Some insistent Pennybags completes his top hat and business attire ensemble with a monocle. Yeah, but that's not true. He never wore one. So everyone seems to be conflating his depiction with that Mr. Peanut, the Planner's mascot, who sports a single corrective. These words are too hard. Next one. Jiffy Peanut Butter. Do you guys remember Jiffy Peanut Butter? Do you know what that is? I have no idea what that is. No. I had, no, the blue one. Wait, is it the blue one? Why do I not remember that? I don't know, dude. Okay, anyway, Jiffy Peanut Butter. They said, if you look forward to your school lunch break because your parent or guardian packed a Jiffy Peanut Butter sandwich, delectable, your childhood may be a lie. While both Jif and Skippy brands had line store shelves, there had never been a Jiffy brand. Brah! You should see her expression right now. She looked crazy. Mandela Effect is so wild. Right? Because you remember Jiffy. Exactly. No, you did. You did. So what's Jif? Do you remember Jif? Oh. I don't think it's Jiffy, it's Jif. They're like peanut butter brands. So Jif, there's Jif, and there was Skippy. Do you remember Skippy? I think that was a blue one, right? Okay, I remember that one. But everyone remembers Jiffy, apparently. I know, but everyone remembers Jiffy and no one remembers, but it's actually not true. So I think what they're saying is that because we had Jif and Skippy, somehow they ended up formulating together in the minds of millions, if not billions of people